not see
Yeah,
the name.
मैं ही था प्रेम मिलन गुजराती. I was there behind the club side. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. So आपके वहाँ क्या टाइम हो रहा है अभी by the way?
अभी it's 11 p.m. रात के 11 बजे.
Okay. Right. Had a look at yesterday's Australia Argentina match.
Sorry.
अर्जेंटीना ऑस्ट्रेलिया मैच देखा कल का?
हाँ, ऑफ कोर्स मैं मेसी का बहुत बड़ा फैन हूँ, इसलिए आई मतलब मैंने ऑफ कोर्स देखा. और लास्ट में मुझे लगा थोड़ा स्कैरी भी था क्योंकि ऑस्ट्रेलिया ऑलमोस्ट कम बैक किया लास्ट मिनट में,
Yeah.
पर लकीली नहीं हुआ.
Okay.
So hi everyone. First of
Yeah.
all, I don't know. Most of you probably know me, but my name is Harshit Raja, and uh, I don't know if uh, I should go ahead and like try to show my first game, or like how should we do it?
Yeah. So हमने actually intro के लिए एक बंदा रखा हुआ है.
Okay, okay.
Let him do the intro, then we'll start with the game. And फिर जैसे Q&A चल जाएगा वैसे कर. ठीक है?
Mhm.
Now Ankur, go ahead.
Yeah, so first of all, a very warm welcome to you, Harshit. And obviously, you need no introduction, everyone knows you. And thank you so much for taking out your valuable time to be here with us. And what we'll be doing today is that, first of all, like one game analysis, and then we'll have a short Q&A where the people in the chat will ask their questions. And then we'll have three blitz games with people from the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, please go ahead with the game.
Great. Um, I'll need to share my screen, so I'll go ahead and do that. Uh, uh, 1 second.
Yeah, your screen is visible. Okay.
Can you guys see this screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, uh, guys, this was the last game in a tournament in Spain that I was playing. और मैं खेल रहा था नंदिता पी से. Maybe some of you already know her. She is a very very strong player. Woman grandmaster है. I think maybe all international master भी बन गई, and I think she was also playing in the Olympiad. So very very strong player. और मैं white से खेल रहा था, सुबह 10 बजे राउंड था. So I did not really prepare so much. I just went into the game thinking, let's play something interesting today. Let's have fun playing chess. So I'll just start from the opening. So e4. Um, I love this. I've always played e4 for
Test by
bachpan
test.
se. Uh, Actually, e4, e5. I used to this e4, c5 was played, but I used to love playing. I don't know what's. Just 1 second. I'll go to notation. Yeah. I used to love playing the King's Gambit. So I was always a very aggressive player. कुछ तो मजा करेंगे. And of course, आप सबको पता है कि it's not such a good opening, but very exciting. So I played e4. She played c5, knight f3, Sicilian defense. e6. So kind of known as Taimanov, as a Khan, kind of as a Sicilian, very popular. And so just quickly, she played this move queen c7. Um, अभी मुझे सबका strength पता नहीं अब in the chess club how everyone is stated. So I'll uh, I don't know. Prem, do you know this, for example?
Yeah, actually, we have players from literally 400, 500 who have just started playing chess till
Uh,
2200, 2300 chess.com
okay.
rating. So we have
Yeah.
a wide
So very
variety of
wide.
people.
Okay. So I'll talk for everyone so that everyone understands. So this is a very typical idea for black. So he goes queen c7, and maybe he would like to bring his bishop to b4, put pressure on this, go a6, knight f6, just to get a fighting position from the black side. I think known as the Sicilian Taimanov. And here I choose bishop to e3, just developing. Maybe at some point in the future, I want to go knight b5, queen d2. Very typical idea in this position is to go bishop e3, queen d2, long castle. So I do that. He stops this knight b5. She stops, sorry. This, so, I mean, she stops knight b5 and I go queen d2. So मेरा प्लान वही था कि बिशप e3 क्वीन d2 करना है और नेक्स्ट लॉन्ग कैसल जाना है. और कभी कभी बिशप f4 जैसे आइडियाज भी क्वीन d2 के बाद पॉसिबल रह सकते हैं. Of course you have to be careful क्योंकि e5, for example, knight f6 खेला, bishop f4 is not possible because e5 attacks the knight and the bishop both, and you have to be careful of this. So उसने knight f6 खेला, पर मैंने bishop f4 नहीं, pawn f4 खेला. So now my point is that I want to get control of this square e5 का. Chess में the most important thing is who has control over the center. And if these four squares are under your control, you're usually better in a very general sense. So थोड़े हायर लेवल पे जाके हम थोड़े उसके कॉम्प्लिकेशंस और नुआंसेस आते हैं, पर बेसिक लेवल पे यू जस्ट ट्राई टू टेक कंट्रोल ऑफ दी स्क्वायर्स. सो मैंने f4 खेला, उसने बिशप b4 खेला. तो उसका आइडिया क्या है कि e5 खेला. So maybe someone can chat. Can someone tell me the move, or like speak up? What would black do?
95, 95.
So there's a better move.
94, 94.
Yeah,
90.
whoever that. I didn't. I couldn't see the name, but well
Yeah,
done.
it was
Yeah.
Utkarsh. Utkarsh.
Oh, Utkarsh, well done. Yeah. So 94 exactly, and pin. You take advantage of the pin, and this is why I cannot do that. So bishop b4 खेला नंदिता ने और मैंने bishop d3 खेला. So कितना logical है ना, in some sense, she attacks this pawn, I defend it, and I threaten e5 now. So what does she do? She goes knight g4. Already as a kind of tricky situation. Of course, मैंने बोला मैंने रात को कुछ prepare नहीं किया था. I just wanted to go and play like some fresh chess. So now I started thinking कि अब क्या करें. So she attacked the bishop. The most logical move is to play bishop g1 क्योंकि bishop is very important in these kind of positions. ये bishop अगर मैंने दे दिया तो फिर मेरे dark squares weak हो जाएंगे. So I played bishop g1. She played e5. So first when she played e5, I was little surprised honestly. क्योंकि अगर तुम देखोगे तो the d5 square has become a little loose, and the pawn made two moves. एक बार e6 और एक बार e5. So opening में usually तुम avoid करते हो कि same pawn moves करना, क्योंकि more importance is given to the king safety or quick development of the pieces. So e6 e5 slightly surprised था मैं. So of course अगर मैं f into e5 मारूंगा तो उसका आइडिया था कि वो queen into e5 मार सकती है, and kind of ये pieces के ऊपर थोड़ा pressure डाल सकती है queen से. knight c6 मारा तो मे बी जस्ट dc6, और बेसिकली bishop into c3 का आइडिया हमेशा एयर में रहेगा. इवन knight in g5, क्योंकि ये knight d5 even though square है, it's pinned, so cannot really take advantage. So e5 मैंने ये मारा, pawn takes a3, क्योंकि ये जस्ट इमेजिन फॉर एग्जांपल कि ये बिशप जो है b4 का, अगर वो लेट्स इमेजिन इफ ब्लैक टेक्स and my bishop comes on this diagonal, then it's black's position is completely strategically bad, क्योंकि ये bishop c8 पे देखो, खुद का pawn d7 और c6 पे है, कुछ कर नहीं रहा है. और ये डार्क स्क्वायर्स के जो वीकनेसेस है उसके लिए बिशप ही नहीं है कंट्रोल करने के लिए. सो मेरा पॉइंट ये था कि लेट्स टेक द डार्क स्क्वायर बिशप, एंड ऑफ कोर्स नंदिता इज वेरी वेरी स्ट्रांग, सो ऑफ कोर्स उसको भी ये पता चल गया. बिशप शी वेंट बैक, एंड नाउ आई रियलाइज कि उसने ये जो मूव किया था e6 e5 का, तो उसने उसके ऊपर उसने ब्लैक ने टाइम स्पेंड किया, so I have to take advantage of that, try to have to play very quickly. um, and my next move was h3, and it seems like a very normal move, पर मेरा पॉइंट क्या था गाइस कि अगर बिशप h4 चेक जैसे उसने खेला गेम में, तो ऐसा लगता है कि अरे किंग को चेक है, आई कैन नॉट प्ले g3 क्योंकि मर रहा है, आई कैन नॉट इवन प्ले बिशप f2, सो व्हाट टू डू. सो मैंने जब h3 खेला तो मैंने ये सोचा कि बिशप h4 चेक, मैं किंग d1 जाऊंगा, और इवन दो आई हैव मिसप्लेस्ड माय किंग अ लिटिल बिट, ब्लैक्स पीसेस आर कंप्लीटली नॉट डेवलप्ड. बिशप h4 पे भी आई मीन उसने चेक दिया, पर काइंड ऑफ ऐसा मिसप्लेस्ड आई फेल्ट लॉजिकली. सो किंग d1. Or also to give you a backstory, I am around 220 points higher rated than Nandita, और chess में 220 points is very big. So I, of course, going into the match, मतलब मैं I'm काफी बड़ा favorite. So I have to try to in some ways create some imbalances and make her uncomfortable, so that I can have winning opportunities. So she went back knight f6. Um, and maybe now can anyone, like I of course saw this when I played h3, but I would like to ask you guys if you see a plan or like a sequence of moves for white. What मैंने क्या किया रहेगा यहाँ पे? कोई guess कर सकता है? Very logical, but still very nice.
Orkudipto has written in the chat fe5 and then bishop h2.
Oh, someone wrote in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So someone wrote, Arkadeep, again, well done. That is the sequence of moves. I would have liked और एक move अगर आप आगे बताते, पर that is very very good. So the point was fe5, queen e5, bishop h2, very logical. अभी मैंने queen को अटैक किया, और अगर queen move होगी तो फिर e5, और ये bishop h4 पे देखो ट्रैप हो सकता है. फॉर एग्जांपल knight d5, knight e4 के बाद ये अभी g3 के बाद the bishop can be trapped. So bishop queen e7 is out of question. So bishop g3 takes, और again a very nice move. You know, black को बिल्कुल टाइम नहीं देने. तो guys अभी white क्या करेगा? What will white do here?
Pawn push.
Yeah, very nice pawn push. Time एकदम, you see, ब्लैक ने जो e6 e5 मूव खेला, उसके बाद हर मूव कितना फोर्सिंग था. a3, h3, उसके बाद बिशप h2, fe5. सो ब्लैक के पास कुछ ऑप्शन ही नहीं. नाइट d5 खेला, क्योंकि ऑफ कोर्स क्वीन e5 मारा, तो ऑफ कोर्स सबको, आई थिंक इतने तो सब स्ट्रांग है कि सबको rookie one they will spot pinning, and white is completely winning. तो फिर नाइट d5 ओनली मूव, क्योंकि अभी नाइट e4 खेला तो फिर ये क्वीन इनटू e5 पॉन मार सकते हैं, और अभी देयर इज नो पिन बेसिकली. सो दैट वाज नंदिता's आइडिया. सो आई डिसाइडेड कि लेट्स टेक. और मैंने जब h3 खेला था गाइस, सो आई सॉ दिस पोजीशन मेरे कैलकुलेशन में. सो कैसे जज करेंगे ये पोजीशन को? सो मैंने सोचा पॉन्स आर इक्वल, 6 पॉन्स वर्सेस 6 पॉन्स. ये पॉन काइंड ऑफ थोड़ा वीक लग रहा है, तो इवन इफ मेरा ये पॉन कभी मर जाएगा, तो ये पॉन हमेशा d5 का वीक रहेगा, तो आई विल हैव गुड कॉम्पनसेशन. सेकेंडली, मेरा बिशप इज मच बेटर देन दिस बिशप ऑन c8. करेक्ट. सो ये चीज, और ऑल्सो उसका किंग सेंटर में, मेरा भी है, पर कुछ पीसेस अटैक करने को ही नहीं है मेरे किंग के पास. एवरीथिंग इज वेरी वेल प्रोटेक्टेड. सो मैंने ये तीन चीजें सोची और सोचा दिस लुक्स गुड फॉर व्हाइट, लेट्स गो हियर. So I went into this position and I played rook e1, just defending the pawn. Also rook e3 ideas future में है. So अभी क्या कर, black has to castle, develop some pieces. And again, I cannot give any time for black. So I play queen e3. So क्वीन e3, अभी मैंने टेम्प्ट किया है कि डू यू वांट टू टेक ऑन g2 फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, दैट्स द क्वेश्चन, और डू यू वांट टू गो इनटू एन एंड गेम. अगर तुम एंड गेम में गए तो फिर मेरा नेक्स्ट प्लान क्या होने वाला है पता है? किंग d2, और उसके बाद नेक्स्ट दो मूव्स कोई बता पाएगा किंग d2 के बाद?
Rook f1 and rook f4, rook lift.
या वेरी लॉजिकल. पर मेरे पास एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग आइडिया था. मुझे किंग d2, किंग c3 और किंग d4 लाना था, क्योंकि किंग यहाँ पे कितना सेफ है देखो d4 पे. और इन द एंड गेम किंग इज अ पीस, वी ऑलवेज लिसन, हमने हमेशा सुना है कि किंग इज अ पीस यू हैव टू यूज इन एंड गेम, पर कभी आता ही नहीं. तो मेरे गेम में सच में आ गया किंग c3 से d4, और ये पॉन को अटैक कर रहा है. और फिर बाद में एज यू सेड रुक f1 रुक f3 इज कमिंग, और बेसिकली ये बिशप का c8 पे कंप्लीटली ट्रैप्ड है, क्योंकि d4 कभी कभी पुश नहीं कर पाएंगे, हमारा किंग रहेगा तो. सो एंड गेम इज वेरी वेरी गुड फॉर व्हाइट. सो नंदिता ने खेला क्वीन h4. बाय द वे, मैं ऑनेस्टली बताऊंगा कुछ तो, कि क्वीन इंटू g2 के बाद गेम के वक्त मैंने सोचा था कि रुक g1 और रुक क्वीन h2, और मेरे पास कुछ रुक g7 जैसा रहेगा, पर मैंने डायरेक्ट विन देखा नहीं था. सो चेस इज ऑल्सो साइकोलॉजिकल समटाइम्स, कि क्वीन g2 मे बी तुम मार सकते हो, पर तुम इतना रिस्क ले पाओगे कि क्वीन h2 पे रख के मेरा रुक भी यहाँ पे आ रहा है, और मेरे पास मिनिमम ड्रॉ तो हमेशा है रुक g7, और ये चेक 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 देके. सो काइंड ऑफ ऐसा साइकोलॉजिकल भी मैंने मतलब ये चाल चला क्वीन e3, मेक फोर्सिंग हर टू मेक डिसीजंस, क्योंकि uh, जब भी अपोनेंट के पास बहुत ऑप्शंस होते हैं ना, देन दे आर मोर लाइकली टू गो रॉन्ग. एमसीक्यूज में यू गाइज आर एक्सट्रीमली इंटेलिजेंट. if there are four MCQs versus when there are six questions in options, you're obviously much more likely to not do well when there are six options. So I'm just giving more options to my opponent. So she chose queen h4, keeping the queens on the board. और अभी मे बी उसको d4 जैसा कुछ मूव खेलना है. So मैंने खेला किंग d2, रुक्स को कनेक्ट किया, एंड जस्ट वेटिंग टू सी व्हाट ब्लैक वांट्स टू डू, क्योंकि ब्लैक का इतना मूव करना भी आसान नहीं है. शी वेंट रुक b8 अटैकिंग माय पॉन ऑन b2. आई प्लेड g3. सो ये पोजीशन हम पहुंचे. आई प्लेड g3, और मेरा आइडिया है कि अगर क्वीन वापस पीछे गया फॉर एग्जांपल कहीं पे d8 जैसे, तो आई कैन जस्ट प्ले I can just play queen to d4, protect this pawn, put pressure on this pawn. और ब्लैक के पास कुछ अच्छा आइडिया ही नहीं है डिफेंड करने के लिए. क्वीन g5 चेक खेला तो मेरे पास हमेशा रुक e3 रहेगा, तो कुछ टेंशन की बात नहीं है. तो शी डिसाइडेड टू टेक द बेट. उसने पॉन मार दिया, और इस बार का मेरा ट्रैप सच्चा था. इस बार मैंने पॉन दिया था, पर मैंने सोचा था कि ये पॉन मारना अच्छी बात नहीं है. तो वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग काइंड ऑफ सीक्वेंस ऑफ मूव, जहां पे एक बार मैंने पॉन सैक्रिफाइस किया, तभी मे भी मारना था, पर वेरी रिस्की. और इस बार उसको लगा कि मैं मारूंगी नहीं. काइंड ऑफ मेक सेंस, यू नो. चेस में उसने सोचा रहेगा कि पीछे जाऊंगी तो इतना पैसिव है उसका पोजीशन क्वीन d4 के पास, कि वाइट इज जस्ट बेटर सिंपली, क्योंकि मेरा किंग यहाँ पे है, पर कुछ किंग को कुछ अटैक आ ही नहीं सकता है विथ पीसेस सच वेल सेंटरिंग द किंग. सो शी थॉट कि एक पॉन तो मार लेती हूँ एटलीस्ट, मतलब यू नो, टू हैव सम सॉर्ट ऑफ, लाइक टू हैव
compensation.
समथिंग टू शो अप फॉर, यू नो, कि कुछ तो है यार. पॉन तो पोजीशन तो खराब, पर एटलीस्ट पॉन अप तो हो. सो आई डिसाइडेड टू गिव रुक h1. ऑफ कोर्स वेरी लॉजिकल, आई थिंक सबके दिमाग में ये मूव आया रहेगा. रुक h1, रुक को ओपन फाइल पे लाना है बिशप h7 जैसे ये आइडिया है. तो क्वीन g2 चेक फोर्स कंपलसरी, क्योंकि चेक नहीं दिया तो बिशप h7 मर रहा था. सो चेक किंग c3. अभी गाइस दोनों क्वींस बोर्ड पे है, बट द किंग इज ऑन C3. वेरी फनी पोजिशन एटलीस्ट फॉर मी. जब मैं चेस मतलब खेल रहा था, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई मीन दिस वाज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट आई वांटेड, टू हैव अ कॉम्प्लिकेटेड गेम. एंड नाउ माय किंग इज ऑन C3, बट आई एक्चुअली थिंक कि उसका किंग ज्यादा वीक है, क्योंकि my bishop is looking here, my queen is also going to join the attack, the rook is already here, and the queen on G2 is kind of misplaced, not really doing anything here. So she went H6, and in this position, just 1 second. In this position, guys, it's white to play. It is white to play, and I want you guys to find out white's best move.
Rook G1.
Take some time, um, and Rook G1 is possible, but find a better move, please. I hope I did not
Rook
show
takes
it.
H6.
Rook into H6.
Rook into
Yeah.
H6.
The most logical, right? Rook into H6. So let's see. I did not play that. That's probably not the best move, but let's see what happens if I take. So I take on H6. Let's say that black takes. Now what will you do? Queen takes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now D4 check. So now किंग C4 गया तो क्वीन C6 चेक में एक्सचेंज हो रहा है, तो क्वीन नहीं जा सकते, किंग D4 मारना पड़ेगा, राइट?
Yeah.
देन आई गो क्वीन टू F2 चेक.
King C4.
किंग C4, देन D5 चेक.
5.
और देखो अभी अचानक मुझ पे अटैक आ रहा है. आई डोंट वांट टू डू दिस. अगर किंग C3 खेला तो फॉर एग्जांपल D4 किंग C4 बिशप E6 मेरा ही चेकमेट हो गया उल्टा. और ऑन यहाँ पे ED6 वापस ऑन किया तो बिशप E6 चेक, और किंग C3 क्वीन C5 ब्लैक का ही अटैक आ रहा है मुझ पे. किंग D2 क्वीन F2 चेक वापस है हमेशा. सो हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल, यू नो. चेस में रुक H6 जैसा बेट जो उसने मुझे बेट किया अभी कि रुक H6 मार, रुक H6 मार. पर ऑफ कोर्स यू नो यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल कि यू कैन नॉट टेक. मैंने पॉन दिया अभी, वो भी पॉन मतलब मुझे मारने को टेम्प्ट कर रही है, पर वो टेम्प्ट मतलब यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट इन द एंड. इट्स वेरी चेस इज ऑफ कोर्स लॉजिक से तुम खेल सकते हो, पर लॉजिक के पीछे कैलकुलेशन भी चाहिए. तो ये रुक H6 मैंने भी सोचा था, मैंने लोग अरे रुक H6 मारूंगा मस्त, क्वीन H6 अटैक आ रहा है, पर देन आई सॉ दिस D4 एंड आई वाज लाइक, ओ आई डोंट कैनॉट डू दिस. सो गाइस लेट्स सी इफ यू कैन स्टिल फाइंड इट. That is not the right move.
King D4.
Yeah, and that is like, so imagine. So I thought in this position कि rook H6, G8 6, queen H6, black का only play क्या है, only move D4 check, right? और यहाँ पे मैंने rook G1 खेला first H6 के बाद. I don't know if I think someone mentioned rook G1 and it actually traps the queen, but there is D4 check. और मारा के बाद क्वीन कैन गो बैक, राइट? सो आई थॉट कि द क्वीन इज ट्रैप्ड, कंप्लीटली ट्रैप्ड. सो आई प्लेड द मूव किंग टू D4 इन दिस पोजिशन. दिस इज प्रोबब्ली the move I'm most proud of in my chess life so far. Like, to put the king on D4. Checkers, they are not playing checkers, you know, this is chess. To have the king on D4 with the queens on the board is just very rare, very rare. और मेरा आइडिया एक्चुअली रुक H6 भी है, but my biggest threat is to just play rook G1 and trap the queen. That's my biggest threat right now. So just like this is such a beautiful position. Like black just cannot do anything. So she decided to go D6. You know, still, you know, see how these strong players try to keep making chances. So अभी उसका आइडिया था कि रुक A G1 खेला, तो फिर D into E5 और क्वीन into E5 के बाद वापस क्वीन F2 से छूट रहा है. और किंग इन टू E5 जरा ज्यादा ही हो जाएगा. आई मीन दैट्स ओवरकिल. आई थिंक रूक E8 चेक वगैरह इतना भी आगे नहीं जा सकते. सो आई जस्ट डिसाइडेड कि पॉन अभी तो मार दो. वापस क्वीन ट्रैप हो रहा है क्योंकि यू नो देयर इज नो D5 चेक. लेट्स जस्ट टेक द पॉन. फिर सोचेंगे. अभी पॉन्स तो इक्वल है एटलीस्ट. So now the pawns are equal, and I again have the same threat, yeah, of rook G1. So she had an idea here. Her idea was to go bishop G4. So कितना रिसोर्सफुल खेला उसने भी. देखो D6 CD6 बिशप G4 और अभी रुके G1 खेला तो क्वीन F3 से उसने ये स्क्वायर को प्रोटेक्शन दिया और क्वीन वापस एक्सचेंज रहा. और ये एंड गेम भी आई हैव अ फीलिंग व्हाइट शुड बी स्लाइटली बेटर. बट प्रॉब्लम है कि ये रुक मर रहा है और B2 का पॉन दोनों साथ में हो रहा है. तो I decided to just first play rook at G1 क्योंकि ये वाला रुक लाता था तो as I said कि after queen F3 मेरा ये रुक मर रहा था. So I decided to bring this rook because after queen F3 I think this end game is just very very good. B4 के बाद ये रुक F1 पे आएगा और ये पॉन भी मर रहा है A6 पे. White is much better. और किंग D4 पे मैंने बोला था ना किंग D4 पे चाहिए. एंड गेम में मेरा ऑलरेडी D4 पे किंग तो हाफ जॉब तो उधर ही हो गया है. तो उसने क्वीन H3 गई. सो अभी मैंने सोचा कि रुक H1 खेला तो क्वीन G2 वापस आ रहा है. सो लेट्स गो क्वीन F4. कि मेरा आइडिया क्या है. रुक H1 क्वीन G2 के बाद G4 का बिशप मर रहा है. करेक्ट. So she went back bishop C8. You see what else to do? I mean, रुक H1 स्टॉप कैसे करेंगे. क्वीन H5 गया तो वापस रुक H1 आ रहा है और बिशप को क्वीन ही ट्रैप जैसा हो रहा है ऑलमोस्ट. सो नहीं जा सकते. सो शी थॉट कि लेट्स गो बैक ऑल द वे टू C8 क्योंकि बिशप E6 भी गए तो वापस रुक H1 के बाद क्वीन G4 जाना पड़ेगा क्योंकि ये और ये स्क्वायर you don't have. So she went back bishop C8 and I played G4. वो स्क्वायर भी ले लिया. अभी मुझे G5 पॉन पुश करना है. और अगेन रुक H1 रुक G1 का थ्रेट भी रहेगा. So G4 she played queen H4 trying to go back very quickly. So I played B4. You see कि चेस में all of the whole game was going on the king side अब तक. आप सब सोचते रहेंगे moves like maybe rook H1 G5 not now but like to prepare G5 with something like this. But you have to keep an eye on both sides of the board. यहाँ पे B2 pawn मेरा मर रहा है और that is the only threat that black has. So I just stopped that threat too. And now black के पास मतलब no good way to play this position. So she plays A5 trying to create counter play. Very nice, you know. ऐसा हम also very important to learn from this game is how resourceful black is. हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ trick pawn break या फिर ऐसा bishop C8 जैसे moves D6 very very nice. And now you know again amazing move king C3. So मेरा आइडिया क्या है कि किंग का D4 पे जो काम था वो हो गया. अभी किंग को वापस लेके आएंगे नहीं तो मेरा ही किंग मेट हो जाएगा. So king C3 the king did his job to misplace the queen and the king is also a little weak. So of course the king on D4 was very good but it has to come back because the queens are still on the board and I don't want to give any counter play. So king first goes to D4 provoking weaknesses on the king side and now it comes back. Rook A1 maybe trying to go to E7 just a developing move. Check or king D2 वापस घर पे D2 where we started. Yeah, so I loved, of course I'll go tell a bit more but I loved how मेरा king D4 पे गया, provoked weaknesses on this king side, queen H4 पे misplace किया And then I just came back like nothing ever happened. If you ever saw this position, would you think that my king came on d2 from d4? Like that is impossible to imagine. So she played bishop e6, stopping this rook e7 idea. I played rook to e5. Again a nice move, rook lift. So कितने सारे ideas है ये game में. Firstly, you have how to play with initiative. Secondly, how you can sacrifice a pawn in order to get initiative. And thirdly, rook lift जैसे जो basic ideas है. So now I want to bring my rook to h5. तो सब pieces attack में king के. A b4, rook h5. Of course, ये b4 pawn is not important now. मैं पहले बोल रहा था ये pawn बचाना है पर main aim is the king. Yeah, if you get to the king, it's finito. So a b4, so of course I go rook h5, attacking. Queen d8. Just 1 second. Queen d8. Yeah. And now, guys, it's white to play. Let's see
Rook
if
takes
you guys can finish
Rook takes-
Nandita with white.
Rook takes h6. Huh?
Yeah. Now अभी इतने सारे pieces है हमारे कि अब नहीं मारेंगे तो कब मारेंगे? Yeah, you have to take. Yeah, like you didn't come all the way from e1 to h5 uh, to just be there. Yeah, so I took rook into h6. Very nice. G h6 I have to take. Yeah, otherwise I will ये rook भी h1 पे आ जाएगा. So you have to take. So I took. She played queen takes d6. I played bishop h7 check. King h8. I played bishop d3 check. King g8. I played bishop h7 check. So now I repeat 2 times. Even though I knew that there is a win for white. So this is also a psychological trick, you know. Kabhi kabhi you should just repeat twice, make your opponent think that you are making a draw. So maybe Nandita thought that I'm making a draw. I don't know, or maybe she probably realized that she is losing. But when you repeat twice, opponent को हमेशा लगता है अरे draw कर रहा है क्या. But after king h8, guys, it's white wins very quickly, and I want you guys to find out how white wins.
Queen f6,
And king h7.
rook h1,
Rook h1.
Yeah. Nice job.
Queen f6
Queen
check.
f6 check. Yep, nice, well done. And king h7, and she resigned. क्योंकि king h7 के बाद, as you guys pointed out, rook h1 and rook h8 or queen h8 is going to be made. Even fancier, queen g5 check, king f8, rook h8 is also made. So many ways to mate. So yeah, that, and she resigned after queen f6, and one of my coaches instantly texted me and said ki what was king d4, you know, like what an insane move. So one of my favorite games ki ye jo king d4 move tha, um at this point at this point I think this was one of the reasons that I showed you this game, that how chess can be beautiful sometimes. You know, king from e1 comes to d4 to kind of trap the queen on g2. And then later it also comes back because it did its job on d4. And then in the end, also a beautiful finish after rook h6 and bishop h7, as you guys pointed. So, first of all, well done. You guessed many of the moves. And second of all, I hope that you liked this game because it was one of my favorite games.
Yep. Actually, one small fact: the opening part when you played f4, the exact same position was the before you. We had GM Akash
Uh-huh.
for a similar session, and he had the exact same position with white, but against knight on.
Wow. Oh, okay, okay.
So
Uh-huh.
Two Sicilian showcases. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just kind of shows how important like the grandmasters understand the center is, and I
Yeah,
guess Akash also wanted to show something similar. So I'll pause the screening right now and I'll open it
yeah,
again if you have any questions regarding the same. But for
sure.
now, I'll stop it.
Have you seen that one video with Surya explaining a king walk which was in their preparation? It's on Chess Base India for Vishy's matches. But it was in the opening itself. They had a nice king walk till some square and then they came back. So it was quite similar, but at a later stage than the one there.
Yeah,
It's a must-watch video.
yeah. I actually forgot that game that you're referring to, but I probably
Uh-huh.
have seen it. But the funny thing is that it was not at all my preparation. Like I played all of this over the board, and
Yeah.
that's what kind of made this game special. Do you guys have any questions about uh, regarding that game or anything?
Yeah, hi Harshit.
Hi.
Like the game was very nice. So I have one doubt in that end game part where you told about after d6, we take
Yeah.
e take d6 and after bishop g4.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you felt that the end game was very better for you.
Mm-hmm.
But like I had a doubt in that position that your pawn was on d6 and
Mm-hmm.
that it was a equal end game, equalish kind of end game. And here I feel that d6 pawn will fall somehow. Like when
Yeah.
I was seeing this, when you asked the question, no. So
Mm-hmm.
like d6 pawn, I felt a little little weak, so it can be captured. So like how to analyze such end game positions like when we are calculating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good question. Very good, very valid question. The d6 pawn is weak, and after rook f d8, for example, there is no way that I
Ah,
can defend this.
mm,
But what I saw is that if I ever capture this pawn and he captures this pawn, and let's say I come back, now I
yeah.
have these two connected pawns on the king side, on the queen side. Doesn't matter, but basically I have these two connected pawns. And after rook b1, it's going to be almost impossible for black to solve this. एंड मैं मेरा किंग d4 पे is so good right now कि ये
Mm,
d5 के pawn की वजह से this bishop also cannot go back. So black would much rather not have that pawn because it kind of comes in the way of everything. और ये pawns push करना will be very difficult, especially king is in front. So I think that I saw this, that if I get this connected pawns, I will be much better. And
right.
in general, I think it becomes easier to kind of understand these or evaluate these end games if you watch a lot of games. अगर बहुत games देखे तो फिर it kind of you see a lot of patterns in chess, and you would instantly realize how the bishop on d3 is much better than the bishop on f3 because of the pawn on d5. So such small things you kind of develop by watching a lot of games, or if someone like me explains it to you.
Mm,
So yeah, that was the reason that white is better.
yeah.
Yeah, good question though. और कोई?
Yeah, guys, you can unmute as well or ask in the chat. Both options are there. So whatever questions you have for the game, you can either unmute or ask it in the chat itself.
एक्चुअली मैंने पहले बहुत गेम्स देखे हैं चेस के, लेकिन ऐसा किंग वॉक है ना, सिर्फ आपका सेकंड गेम है, इसके पहले सिर्फ एक किंग वॉक देखा था। उसमें किंग, वाइट का किंग अपनी पोजीशन से ब्लैक की किंग की पोजीशन तक पूरा वॉक हो गया था, और ये आज एक
हाँ,
आपका किंग वॉक है। एक्चुअली मेरे को याद नहीं आ रहा फाबियानो नाकामुरा का था या किसका था, बट
आई
यस
थिंक
उस गेम की
नाइजल
याद आ
शॉट.
रही।
Nigel shot, Nigel shot.
लेकिन ये किंग वॉक देख के भी बहुत मजा आया, आगे गया किंग, फिर पीछे भी आ गया, काम करके आ गया।
या बहुत ही मतलब मुझे भी गेम खेलते वक्त ऐसा किंग d4 खेलते वक्त इतनी खुशी हो रही थी ना कि वाओ कि मैं किंग d4 खेल रहा हूँ. तो
गेम खेलते वक्त ये सोचा था कि सालों बाद आईआईटी स्टूडेंट्स को ये गेम दिखाओगे।
वो ही सोच के मैंने किंग D4 खेला।
मतलब अगर और कोई गेम रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस नहीं है तो हम जनरल क्वेश्चंस भी पूछ सकते हैं अगर किसी को पूछना हो।
Hello, Harshit. I have one question.
हाय वाइस,
Hello.
हाय।
Yeah, hi. So इस केस में तो पीसेस बोर्ड पे थे, तो आपने बताया कि पीस कंपेयर करके आपने जज किया कि योर पोजीशन इज बेटर, राइट? अगर पीसेस नहीं है तो उस केस में जस्ट किंग इन पॉन एंड गेम हो, तभी आप कैसे जज करोगे कि योर पोजीशन इज बेटर और नॉट?
टफ क्वेश्चन इन टू आस्क इन अ जनरल सेंस, क्योंकि किंग पॉन एंड गेम्स ऑनेस्टली यू कैन नेवर इवैल्यूएट। किंग पॉन एंड गेम्स को हमेशा एंड तक यूजुअली कैलकुलेट करना पड़ता है मेरे हिसाब से, क्योंकि इट्स एवरीथिंग इज सो फोर्सिंग और यू हैव वेरी फ्यू ऑप्शंस टू कैलकुलेट, सो कैलकुलेट करना भी इतना मुश्किल नहीं होता है यूजुअली। So I actually think कि king pawn endgame में if you just have the basic understanding, I mean equal pawns है for example, that's the most important. अब अगर किसी के पास pawn ज्यादा है तो फिर you no need to judge, you know that
Yeah,
some side is
exactly.
winning.
In equal pawn case. Yeah.
So in the case of equal pawns, I guess the most important factor, one of the most important factors would be first कि किसी के पास doubled pawns है क्या। डबल्ड पॉन्स नहीं है, सब कुछ इक्वल है, तो फिर किंग्स पोजीशन, द वन हु हैज एन एक्टिव किंग इज यूजुअली द वन हु विल बी बेटर। पर अगेन आई वुड लाइक टू से कि किंग पॉन एंड गेम हमेशा कैलकुलेट करना
This meeting is being recorded.
क्योंकि बहुत फोर्सिंग रहता है, तो इवेल्युएट करने से अच्छा किंग पॉन एंड गेम यू शुड ट्राई टू कैलकुलेट, इन माय ओपिनियन।
Okay.
If that answers your question in some way.
Okay, so in general you जब भी आप खेलते हो किंग इन पॉन एंड गेम, तो ट्राई टू विन इट और ट्राई टू बी डिफेंसिव इन जनरल सो दैट यू डोंट मेक एनी मिस्टेक?
Of course, I mean, if I'm playing the king pawn end game, I don't want to like lose it. It's difficult to say क्योंकि sometimes king pawn end games इतना complicated होता है कि वो queen end game तक lead करता है, you know, किस एक का pawn queen हो जाता है, फिर दूसरे का pawn queen होता है, so you also have to understand who is better in that queen end game. King pawn end games are the easiest, but at the same time they are the most difficult. क्योंकि यू हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी एक्यूरेट, एक मिस्टेक हो गई तो फिर गेम इज ओवर। सो आई थिंक दैट इन किंग पॉन एंड गेम्स यू कैनॉट रियली जनरलाइज एनीथिंग। I mean, what example can I say? Like, I like, for example, India. I,
Maybe
I
some
don't
example
want to.
from your own games.
Yeah. King pawn end game. Let's see. Just 1 second. Trying to remember. Okay, I'll just share my screen and show something. So let's say, I mean, most of you, for example, know this position, but I'll still set it up. So clear board. Yeah. Just a very basic example, yeah. I mean, most of you probably know this, but just to emphasize my point. For example, this is the position. Can you see it?
Yeah.
It's visible.
Yeah. So I don't know. First of all, my question is कि आपको ये position पता है क्या?
Yes.
I have seen it.
You have seen it, right?
Yeah, puzzle. Very basic end game.
Yeah, very basic end game. So it's so hard to answer your question because, for example, in king pawn end games, you just cannot generalize anything. यहाँ पे, you know, you see the everything is equal. Like if you think about it, everything is equal.
Yeah.
But simply based on the fact that white pawns are advanced, and he has this amazing idea, as most of you already know, whichever pawn से मारा तो फिर h6 and you get this pawn queen, and if this pawn takes then f6 and this pawn queens. So basically in king pawn endgames there is no such thing as evaluating, it's only calculation. um so I just think that evaluating king pawn endgames is not the correct decision. You should much rather just try to calculate everything and see um, what what the outcome will be, because it's just very mathematical at that point. You only have a few options and you can go all the way till the end and figure out the outcome.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I know that it's very hard to answer this question, because I just cannot say that. For example, if I say कि ये position में अगर black का king a6 के जगह पे c4 पे होता, so black's king is much better placed, yeah, than white's king.
Yes.
But white is still winning because of the same idea, g6. So that's why I cannot say कि king position अगर better रहेगा तो फिर that side is better, because again it just depends very much on
Good person.
the situation. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, let's move on to the next question.
हर्षित,
Uh,
मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था कि चेस में कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि हम लोग सारे डेवलपमेंट भी कर लेते हैं और पोजीशन लॉक हो जाती है, तो ऐसे टाइम्स पे क्या मूव पता नहीं चलते कि अब क्या करें, क्योंकि वीकनेस भी नहीं दिख रही होती, पोजीशन ऐसी लॉक हो जाती है। तो उस टाइम्स पे हमको कैसा सोचना चाहिए? डेवलपमेंट हो गया, सेंटर ऑक्यूपाई हो गया, कैसलिंग हो गई, सब हो गया, बट फिर भी अब कुछ मूव नहीं दिख रहा है, ऐसी पोजीशंस में हम क्या सोचे?
सो वन ऑफ द थिंग्स तुमने सोचना चाहिए कि अपोनेंट क्या करना चाहता है, अपोनेंट का क्या आइडिया है। और अपोनेंट का तुमको आइडिया एक बार पता चल गया तो फिर तुम मे भी सोच सकते हो कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कैसे उसको तुम प्रिवेंट करना चाहोगे, क्योंकि जितना तुम स्ट्रांग अपोनेंट के साथ खेलना चाहोगे डेफिनेटली दे विल वांट टू क्रिएट सम अटैक थ्रेट्स अगेंस्ट यू, राइट। वो उनका पीसेस डेवलप करेंगे, वो भी दे विल आल्सो ट्राई टू क्रिएट सम चांसेस। सो तुमको पता, यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ यू विल थ्वार्ट अगेंस्ट हिज थ्रेट्स, हाउ विल यू डिफेंड देम। ये फर्स्ट चीज है। सेकेंड ऑफ ऑल, यू शुड ऑलवेज, हर पीस अगर तुम्हारा डेवलप्ड है और सब कुछ रेडी है तो फिर there usually whenever your pieces are very developed, there are attacking possibilities, but तुमने पूछा कि अगर closed position रहेगा तो क्या करना है। तो closed position में you should understand what captures or what pieces should I trade. So just to give an example, अभी जो मेरा गेम मैंने जो दिखाया था, चला once, okay, I can bring it up very quickly. Yeah, so for example मेरा ये जो गेम था, I mean position kind of काफी, I mean all my pieces are developed, but then for example मैंने ये जो decision लिया था, ये कि मुझे
एक्चुअली वो किंग पॉन एंड गेम में विजिबल है, गेम नहीं विजिबल।
सॉरी,
किंग पॉन एंड गेम ही विजिबल है, गेम विजिबल नहीं है।
oh, one second. ओके, सो मैं कहना चाहता था कि फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने इस गेम में जैसे डिसाइड किया कि मुझे ये डार्क स्क्वायर बिशप एक्सचेंज करना है, और उसके बाद मैंने डिसाइड किया कि मुझे ये नाइट डिफेंड करना है, और बेसिकली मुझे जाना है ये बिशप वर्सेस ये बिशप में। सो ऐसे ये जो फैक्टर्स है, फॉर एग्जांपल कि तुमको कौन से पीसेस बोर्ड पे चाहिए और कौन से पीसेस बोर्ड पे नहीं चाहिए, और मैंने सोचा था कि क्वींस अगर बोर्ड से निकाल लेंगे तो व्हाइट विल बी बेटर। तो ये फैक्टर्स तुमको कंसिडर करने चाहिए कि क्वींस निकालने के बाद कौन बेटर है, कौन से पीसेस एक्सचेंज करने के बाद तुम बेटर हो। सो ये सब फैक्टर्स यूजुअली तुम अगर क्वेश्चंस को आंसर पर कर पाओगे तो तुमको आंसर मिलेगा। और इसके लिए बेटर होने के लिए जस्ट लुक एट टॉप प्लेयर्स गेम्स, कार्लसन, विशी, ये सब प्लेयर्स के तुम गेम देखते रहोगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली तुम्हारा फील गेम के ऊपर बढ़ जाएगा।
हर्षित, आई हैव वन मोर क्वेश्चन। जैसे आपने अगर चेस में थोड़ा हिस्ट्री वगैरह पढ़ा होगा तो आपको पता होगा इंडिया के चेस में, मतलब जो शतरंज ओरिजिनेट हुआ था उसमें पॉन को सिंगल मूव अलाउ था, और उसमें ऐसा भी होता था कि जो जिस पॉन पे जाके, जिस बोर्ड पे जाके एंड करेगा उसी के पीस, जैसे लास्ट में किया तो रुक बनेगा वो पॉन बिशप, तो उसको क्यों डिसरिगार्ड कर दिया गया और ये सबने डबल स्टेप का इसका कुछ रीजन था या फिर? और वो ज्यादा एडवांटेज होता है कि पॉन बिशप बन रहा है, नाइट बन रहा है, या फिर ज्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग होता है कि अभी जो हम खेल रहे हैं स्टैंडर्ड वो?
आई थिंक अभी हम जो खेल रहे हैं उससे एटलीस्ट बहुत गेम टफ हो जाता है, क्योंकि तुम कुछ भी बना सकते हो। अगर तुम नाइट या बिशप या रूक ही बना पाओगे तो गेम काइंड ऑफ बहुत प्रेडिक्टेबल हो जाता था, आई हैव अ फीलिंग। सेकेंडली मतलब आई हैव नो आइडिया कि 500-600 साल पहले उन्होंने क्यों डिसाइड किया रूल्स चेंज करने को। आई हैव एब्सोल्युटली नो आइडिया। तो प्रॉब्ली कुछ तो अच्छा रीजन उन्होंने सोचा रहेगा अभी। आई एम नॉट श्योर दैट व्हाट दैट रीजन वाज, बट इन सिंपल सेंस आई थिंक दैट इट मेक्स सेंस, क्योंकि um, अगर तुम सिर्फ लिमिट कर दोगे पॉन, अगर जी फाइल पे नाइट घोड़ा बनेगा और एफ फाइल पे बिशप, तो चेस वुड हैव बीन अ लॉट मोर सिंपल एंड इजियर टू प्ले। एंड विद ऑप्शन, फॉर एग्जांपल कभी कभी तुमको E8 पे जाके नाइट बनाना रहता है क्योंकि चेक मिलता है,
हाँ
या
हाँ
फिर
हाँ।
स्टेलमेट आइडियाज रहते थे, तो ये सब आइडियाज कंप्लीटली निकल जाते थे। तो आई एम वेरी हैप्पी जिसने भी ये 500 ईयर्स पहले किया, बहुत आई थिंक इंटेलिजेंट था पर्सन।
Okay. Harshit will move to the general questions after the blitz. So
या
let's have a couple of blitz games and then so I have sorry, the first opponent for you is Gokul Raj. I have sent you a challenge link in your chat,
ओके,
the meeting chat itself.
all right, Gokul Raj, let's play.
I have it, yeah.
So I'm playing black. Should I share this? I'll share my screen so that you guys can
Yeah,
listen to what I'm thinking. And maybe Gokul Raj can mute my audio so that it is
yeah,
not
he will, he will.
distracted by my calculation.
Gokul is actually a PhD student here in the
Oh wow,
Department of uh, Biological Sciences and Bioengineering.
that's amazing. No, I mean it's a great it's great fun to play with all of you who are also very very good in your respective fields. So he goes E4. Let's go Sicilian. Um, I won with white, but hopefully I don't lose with black. So, all right. So just probably go for some Natchdorf. Knight D4, Knight F6, Knight C3, A6. So his rating is 1821. So probably someone decent. Um, Knight G4. Let's see. Let's try to be tricky, guys. Already asked some difficult questions. What does white want to do? Attacking the bishop, and my idea is okay, maybe in the future I want something like queen b6. I don't know, let's see. Queen d2. So I'm very happy to see this move क्योंकि ये bishop जो है वो important है, so let's take it and let's get this bishop out from here. Maybe I can look at, can you guys see the arrows by the way, like at this arrow?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yes.
Yes.
visible.
Oh great. So that's going to be some of my ideas. So he goes bishop c4. Let's just castle. Okay, he goes here. So now I thought that first of all I have queen b6, which looks very scary for black or for white, क्योंकि pin हो रहा है, and then I also have this. So let's do it, yeah. Blitz है, खेल देखते हैं क्या होगा. Queen b6. Now I'm basically attacking this knight, and this knight is pinned towards because the queen is hanging. So not an easy decision for white to make. And I also want to go knight c6 next. So things look good, guys. Things look good. So far, so good. So he's thinking, yeah, not easy because this bishop is attacking the knight. The queen is also attacking its pin. It's not an easy decision for Gokul here. He goes rook a d1, logical, saving this knight. Now let's put more pressure, full pressure on Mr. Gokul's knight. I think I should be slightly better. Not really much, but I have two bishops, and bishop pair is always a good advantage to have. But so far, Gokul has played very decent. But this move, okay. First of all, I was thinking that doesn't bishop d4 win, and I'm just making sure कि I कुछ blunder तो नहीं कर रहा हूँ, because bishop d4 looks winning, क्योंकि rook d4 मारा तो queen d4 है, knight e7 check वगैरह तो है नहीं. So as long as I'm not blundering, this should be winning, guys. क्योंकि knight b6 मारा तो bishop e3 is check, और rook d4 मारा तो मेरे 3 defender है. So this seems to be going in my direction, because now I think I can just take back, and I will be a rook up. Rook up is too much. Rook up is is going to be good enough for me 11 at 11 p.m. Let's go king g7. I think Mr. Gokul missed that after knight b6 bishop e3 was a check. Maybe that was the reason that so he's still trying to create some chances. I like how he's trying to create chances.
No, I was basically lost after not seeing the pin.
Pin, yeah, the spin, yeah. I'll get. I'll not lose on time, but I'll get back to you. We'll analyze it a little bit after. Yeah.
I think after playing f4, lining up queen with the king, that was the.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's just not allow. What to do? I don't want to allow counterplay. Okay, let's just go here. Okay, c3. I see this fancy move bishop b5, but I don't know if I need to do it. Let's just play simple chess. So by the way, guys, and the bishop b5 was because if cd4 I have bishop c4, and if bishop b5 I had knight b5. So f6, I'll just come back. Knight d5, knight d5. Knight in the center is very good. Let's just go like bishop c6. h4, trying to mate me. Very interesting. Let's not get mated. Sometimes in blitz, these moves like h4 are very dangerous to face, but it helps when you're a rook up. And now I'm just going to play very, very solid, not to give any chance. Okay, fine, just be fun. So I want to somehow attack this f6 pawn. Don't really see a way, but maybe I can try for this break. King g3, maybe let's go here. Just define this pawn. King f4. Let's just come back. Push the pawn. Let's do it. Let's block this bishop. Bishop was very annoying. Now he's trying to kind of create a fortress. I really like how he's played this, even being a rook down. Very nice play. Very, very nice play. But now spin is going to be very deadly. And now I can leave that one too. Oof. Oof. Some mating ideas. Some mating ideas. I love this. How do I mate black? Let's just go king g7. Let's just go king g7 and do the nice mate. Yeah, nice
Beautiful
game,
mate.
Gokul. You played really well. But yeah, I think that so from the beginning, I think that it's better to not give this bishop. And we don't need engine. We are all much better than these engines. Knight g4. Um, yeah, this bishop is very important. So you should either go to g5 or even you can go back to c1 actually. Because after giving this bishop, I kind of, as you mentioned, that this pin became very annoying. Yeah, kyuki, what to do? Yeah, but you had a trick, Gokul. Can you see it now? Can anyone from the chat see it?
Knight f5.
Oh yeah, very good, very good. Mrudul,
Right.
very nice trick. And I think honestly, black is still better as the engine. Yeah, winning, almost winning actually. But this was the only try to somehow like play this kind of a position where you're worse, but at least you don't lose your piece. And
Actually, when I texted Gokul that, hey, you're ready for the match, and his reply was, yeah, mentally ready to take the beating.
no, I think you played very well in the end actually. Like that you understood that you kind of somehow have to create a fortress. I mean, being a rook down, it's hard. It's going to be very hard, but at least you were trying. So I like that fighting spirit of yours. But yeah, I think that in the opening, that was the crucial, crucial thing to note that in Sicilian, these bishops are very important. So you have to think twice before giving them
In
up.
such positions, I never faced the knight move.
Yeah. I actually
So,
mentioned to all of them as I played that I let's just play some tricky chess, and I decided to play this. And yeah, you have to either go back and then go f3, bishop e3, um, or go to g5 and play some complicated position. So that was my thought process for this blitz game. But yeah, well played, nice game.
thank you.
Next challenge for you is Utkarsh Kandi. He's going to actually represent IITK next week in the Inter IIT chess meet. Hope he does well.
Wow, wow. So I have a big challenge.
Hope so.
Big challenge. Let's play.
Yeah. Next week, actually, Inter IIT sports meet is there. All 23 IITs will be playing. Chess is also a game. It's a six-player contingent going from our side for the event.
Wow.
It's a
I
proper
really
Swiss
I
event.
wish him I wish him the best. Moreover, for that competition than this game because I think that is going to be more important. All right, so I'm white, which is always great. Let's go. E4. So Utkarsh plays E5. Let's. Should I go F4? All right. If I don't do
Go
it
for it.
now, when will I do it? So he's prepared. Oh, I'm scared. Let's take ED5. F4, knight F3. Of course, I don't recommend you to guys to play this opening. It's not a good opening at all, but it works well as a surprise. And actually, Adiban played it too in the Tata Steel one, so it's not such a bad opening. Bishop G. Yeah, he's playing very well so far. Very well so far, Utkarsh. Showing good understanding of the position. Just trying to push my c pawn now with c4, c5. So that's why I played bishop to b3. Um, that's why it's very typical idea to somehow challenge this bishop on d6. Because a5, I don't like that. Because my idea is to go c4 and a4 is stopped anyways because of the queen on d1. So kind of got a free move. And now my idea is to go c5 and challenge the bishop, as I mentioned. He goes c5 himself. Very interesting. A few options here. Let's take. And now I'm very tempted to go c5. Because if bishop c7, I have d5, d6. Which looks very dangerous. He goes bishop b8, logical. Now my d4 pawn is hanging. Not such an easy position for me, honestly. Okay, let's go d5. Knight logical. Just get out of the pin, maybe. I mean, this diagonal. I just wanted to get out of that diagonal. Pretty complicated. Takes, take. There, rook G1. Put my rook on that open file. Goes there. The pawn. And now I just want to play some funky chess. All right. Let's go back to basics. Sacrifice and think later. Let's play some old school chess. Give away material. And he goes there. But I have some decent, very decent compensation. Like two bishops, king can come under attack. Bishop f5. Maybe put the bishop on e5 too. I have pressure on this diagonal. Bishop g6 kind of gets rid away of that pressure. Interesting. Nice move. Maybe let's go d6. Have a passed pawn. I think black should probably be objectively better, but practically it's complicated. Goes rook e8. What to do? Don't like my position, but I have to play fast. Yeah. Oh, you definitely made the right choice of making him play the tournament. He gave me such a hard time. Oh my God. I was much worse. That was.
He was actually just a month back in
मेरे को
October
खेलना
we
है.
had our annual sports festival Udghosh. So
Mhm.
IIT Kanpur participated with two teams. We won two medals, gold and the bronze, both.
Wow.
So he was the captain of the bronze team.
Oh, well played, Utkarsh. Really well played.
अगला मैच
Thank
मेरा
you.
है, मेरा है अगला मैच.
You played really well.
Yeah, there
I
was
don't.
time scramble at the end.
Yeah, I think I should probably be. You're already winning here. I mean, my opening was just this King's Gambit is just so bad.
Like
God,
I
Kings
saw
Cup.
this line 2 days ago only when I was
Ah,
preparing
A5 is
for
decent
interacting.
actually. C5 is very good. And you're already, yeah. No, that's why guys don't play the King's Gambit. It's simple as that. I was somehow able to create some chances, but no, Utkarsh played very well. Like the C5 move, superb. I mean, if there was any improvement which I could maybe suggest, yeah, what was I afraid of? Yeah, I was very afraid of knight h5.
Yeah, I played e1, like here queen e1 was coming, so I was preparing
No,
first
but
rook e1,
queen e1 and now rook e8 is probably just
rook e8.
completely over. Or f6 actually, and you just win a pawn
Oh, okay.
because I have nowhere to go. I thought that is very dangerous. And after f4, also you're much better, of course. I think this f6 move is just you have to play some point and then get my bishop away and just take the pawn. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
very easy, very simple win if you get the d6 pawn. But yeah, very well played. After that, I was just
Yeah,
somehow trying
here
to.
I had actually one question. Why
Yeah,
knight c7, not knight b6?
yeah, that's a good
Knight
question
b6,
and
queen
probably not going
c6.
to be easy for me to answer. But um, I what was my thought? Um, I saw that first of all he has this queen c6 move, and I have bishop d5, but queen c2, and it just somehow it's
Like
probably
is
good.
the
You're
knight
right.
not hanging at
Yeah,
this
bishop.
point.
Actually, that was
Uh,
my exact thought process. Exact.
uh,
Oh, yeah. You said, yeah. I saw queen c6 and bishop d5. There is queen b6, and if queen c6, there is rook c6. And I honestly, I won't lie. I did see bishop a4, but I still was not 100% convinced because bishop e4 check and f6 or something like this. Probably good, but no. You're maybe right. Knight b6 is better, but I just was trying to play fast and somehow trick him, to be honest. So uh, yeah, but he played extremely well, and if it was not about the time, I would have had a very hard time to win. So well played, Utkarsh.
yeah, thank you.
The next one is Gaurav Kanodia. He's actually a fresher, just joined the institute a month back. Uh,
Wow. So I'm playing
Hello,
a
sir.
variety of students. Hi, hi,
Yeah,
hi.
first year student.
What? So yeah, have you
Yeah, I
sent
have
me the
sent you
link?
the link. I have sent you the link on Zoom chat.
No, that's very good that a lot of people are interested in chess. This is very, very good.
Yeah, we have
Um,
over the past 1 year, we have had more than 500 different people participating in our tournaments
wow,
in total.
wow.
So yeah, the community
That's
is quite a. It's a Sunday morning, so
yeah.
we still have around 50 people continuously, but
Mhm.
and also for half just Y22s are currently in campus. Otherwise, others we are having actually winter break, so we are all home. So
You're
that is
already on break.
yeah,
Maybe they can uh, catch up later
yeah,
if they can somehow watch this. But it's
yeah.
great that so many people are playing chess nowadays because it क्योंकि मजा है यार गेम में. I mean,
Yeah,
if it takes some time for you to understand like the nuances, but once you start enjoying the game, then there's so much richness in this game, and so it's amazing for me to see ki
no,
a lot of players are interested,
I
but it
myself
also
am a lockdown chess player. I started playing chess in 2020 itself, and I've played more than 15,000 games online in the
oh
past
my
2 years.
God. I don't even think I've played so many online recently, but yeah, I mean Sagar Samay have done a fantastic job in kind of popularizing the game. So it's great. It is great. All right. So we got some sort of an
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
on position. Usually want to take control of this d4 square, which I did. Um, h6, bishop h4. And usually in these IQP positions, the more pieces you exchange, the more it favors the person playing against the IQP. So here I'm white. So ideally, I would like to change all the pieces and go into an endgame where this pawn on d5 will be a weakness. He goes knight to d7. Hmm, logical. I can just maybe play c3, solidify the knight. Seems kind of fair. Yeah, in the meantime, also, I'm pretty open to answering any questions if someone has so that we can save some time.
Okay, so a banter blitz. Okay, one random question. Let's not talk about this. Are you a Gujarati? Because I saw one video on Chess Base India, which you and Sagar were talking in Gujarati. So
Yeah, I am actually Gujarati. So uh, I lived in Pune whole. I mean, I was born and brought up in Pune, but my family is actually Gujarati, so I can speak.
yeah, similar story. I am also born and brought up in Maharashtra, but family is Gujarati.
Oh, that's yeah. Let's take this question. No, it's great. It's always great to be with Sagar and talk with him. Very nice guy and very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, very. I mean, of course, first of all, very inspirational, but also very nice guy. Queen E8. Again, my like the sense tingles because of this move, bishop f5. I always like this kind of sneaky moves. They always attracted me. So let's just go with it.
And what are you currently pursuing at Mizu?
Um, Definitely not something as academically tough as you guys are doing, but I'm doing something in economics and finance, so something related to economics, basically.
No, anyways, whatever we do, we are going to have finance jobs itself, so it's fine.
Oh, actually, I wanted to somehow go knight d4, but it's not so clear, not crystal clear. There's one idea: bishop e6, bishop f6, queen d5, or something funky. Bishop f6, rook f6, knight d4, rook f7. Not really into that so much. b4 maybe.
तो क्रिश मेरे को भी खेलना है
My
अबे
clock is ticking.
ऐसा थोड़ी तू मीटिंग में आया नहीं, पता नहीं ये लोग ने लिया नाम
भाई जिंदा है
Let's
जिंदा जिंदा है
आईडी तो मांगी है
A
मेरी।
funny question, actually. You
नंबर मिल
you are
गया
the 69th grandmaster
Mhm.
in India.
ये
Who do
देखिए,
you think,
रुक रुक मैं
apart
दिखाता
from you,
हूँ।
would be fitting for that title?
ये
Actually, I
रहा
was
You
thought
are a
about
perfect fit, but who else?
it. I
लड़ाई नहीं
don't think
इसकी
I'm willing to give up my
भाई ये क्या
my
पूछ
number
रहा है
though.
यार तू? ये सब
पूछ नहीं सकते क्या
Were
ये
you
सब
waiting for
पूछेगा
this
क्या? चेस
number?
के रिलेटेड पूछना है।
तो
I
भाई
mean,
करियर रिलेटेड ही तो पूछ रहा हूँ
I was just waiting
जा
to be a
यार तेरे
grandmaster,
दिमाग मत
honestly.
खराब,
Jokes apart, but
मेरा ग्रुप में ऐड कर मैं किसी ग्रुप में ऐड नहीं हूँ
तू सब ग्रुप में
there's a
है।
nice funny humor
नहीं
behind
चेस
getting
वाले में
this
हूँ
number,
हाँ
so
उसके
I'll take it.
खड़गपुर में भी हूँ
खड़गपुर में
Oh,
खेल
Queen
चेस तू।
f7, but I think now should be able to take this guy.
What was your parents' reaction on that?
I mean, first of all, when I became a grandmaster, they were like just so emotional and stuff. But I mean, we did have a funny conversation with my dad, and my dad was like, "Were you only waiting to get this number or something like this?" So it's kind of some funny backstory to that. But yeah, now maybe I can find some cool way to finish it.
ये क्या
Or should I just play boring chess? Let's
जी
just play boring chess.
भाई तू आया तबीयत तो ठीक हो गई
Pick
नहीं
up the
तेरी?
guy.
क्रिश तू किस में है
पीस है,
प्रेशर नाइट
Yeah.
मैं चेस में शायद
ये क्या होता है
हिंदी साहित्य सभा।
Oh, well played. So I was playing
क्या
against
करेंगे
Gokul,
क्या
right?
करना है तुम्हें उस दिन
You
No,
can
no.
unmute.
This was Gaurav.
ओए
Gaurav.
उस दिन
Yes,
करना क्या है
Gaurav.
रुक रुक
How
ना,
did you
क्या
how did you like this
कविता
game?
पढ़नी है।
बस
Very much interesting.
मैं आता हूँ ना तेरे
Interesting.
पास, रुक
Yeah,
ना।
I'll just take it from beginning. You played French, and I think you played pretty decently up until now. Bishop d6 and all this was very, very fine. Bishop e6 also very, very fine. Uh, Maybe instead of knight to d7, knight c6 could be interesting, Gaurav.
No,
Uh,
I thought that I have to prevent my knight from getting captured because my knight is at that point is pinned and I wanted to move my queen.
uh-huh.
So in order to prevent my pawn structure to get damaged, I tried to defend my knight from my knight. I think that was a mistake now.
No, it's actually decent. Like both of them are very, very fine moves. Like knight d7 is in no way a bad move. Just another possibility could be knight c6. This
Yeah.
is totally fine. I just played c3, rook c8, also very, very fine. Bishop c7.
I tried to go for something like bishop to c7 and then queen to d6 and then something
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
that.
wanted to mate me basically.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, it is definitely an idea in these positions to go bishop c7 and queen d6.
Yes.
I
Because if
was
I kick
thinking,
away your knight from
F3, then it is pretty easy to checkmate it.
Yeah, but yeah, I understand your thinking. I think maybe you could first maybe just make like some developing move like rook e8. Even
Yes,
sometimes, knight f8, knight g6 could is an idea
yes,
to
yes. Very
attack
nice
this
idea.
bishop and get. And you are
Yes,
always worried about this pin, right? So maybe you
yes,
could lodge it by that. Because
yes.
okay, this was also very very fine. Um, I think it should be around slightly better for me. Yeah, that's what the engine says too. Um, and basically the problem was that it was difficult to defend this pawns, yeah, because
Yeah. My E6 pawn is very weak.
yeah, I don't think bishop f5 honestly is a good move. Let's see if it is. Yeah, I was yeah, I didn't think it was, but I was just so tempted to play it. Knight c5, bishop h3, and you're probably doing very very fine here. Yeah, something like g5.
Yes, I don't want to open my king.
uh, I understand, but in these kind of positions, you have to play very energetically with when you have
Yes,
the IQP. So
yes,
because look, it's so direct. Yeah, g5. If I go bishop g3, you have g4.
yes. Now I'm seeing that.
Yeah, so maybe that could have turned things around. And a5 is actually like not the game is going on the king side, and you need to focus here on the little bit. So a5
Yes.
kind of, but and like
Actually,
it's
I was afraid of b4 because if b4 is played, then my knight at e
Mhm.
c6, c5 would get kicked away.
Yeah. No, you're thinking very deep. I like how you think, but very, very nice thought to play a5. But maybe if you saw this g5, g4,
Yes,
it
yes.
would
Now
cause
I'm
big
seeing that.
problem. Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
also, I have a question. Like after a5, how does it stop before?
Yeah, it doesn't stop, but still, at least another set of pawns could get exchanged
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
in the
mm-hmm.
meantime.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I see.
Something like that. Actually, there was time pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I see. But up until now, you played very, very fine, very, very fine. And after this, I think also maybe you could try to defend this somehow with knight e4 or something. But
No,
I
but
had
then you have f3.
yeah. But yeah, after this, it was very, very hard because
Yeah,
so I
I
think
think
that
even queen to f f7 was also a mistake because queen to f7 lines up with the king, and then you have a bishop on
exactly.
h3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. I think this the a5 was kind of a turning point. Up until now,
Yes,
you played very, very fine. So yeah, no, you're playing very good, Gaurav. Keep it up. Um,
thank you.
so if you just maybe try to solve some tactics or puzzles, then maybe moves like g5, g4 could come quickly in your
Yes,
pattern recognition. So maybe
yes,
that could be something you could work on. But otherwise, very, very well played. Yeah, all of you
yes.
with whom I
You
played so
too.
far.
It was a pleasure for me to play with you.
Oh, I'm happy that
Thank you.
you had fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Gaurav and Harshit. Okay,
Thank you.
Harshit, so one question I actually had in general is basically, as you are also a college student, what we shall do to, make our chess community better,
Mhm.
to spread our chess community. What we currently do is this year itself, we introduced a FIDE style championship cycle for IITK. So, IITK chess championship cycle, it has a knockout event, a
Mhm.
Swiss event, then we'll have a candidates and a match. That is what we have introduced this year. We have
Mhm.
started doing sessions. We have had Rakesh Bhai, we have had Padmini ma'am, we have had uh, GM Akash sir, and now you are the fourth one in the series.
Oh,
So
that's
what
no,
else
that's
can we do? Because as you are also a college student, to spread the game of chess.
yeah. First of all, a great job to whoever the the leading team is at IIT Chess Kanpur who is doing this and spreading chess. I think what you're doing is a great initiative, getting in top players and having their insights and to able to do this. Maybe what you could do is like once in a week, um, have a set of 10 puzzles, let's say, or 15
Mm-hmm.
puzzles,
Mm-hmm.
and a friendly test. Uh,
Okay.
whoever wins first, or whoever solves them all correct first, or gets the most correct out of 10 in 1 hour, I don't know, maybe wins the dinner, or there's something friendly, like something to make it exciting, to make it fun. And that way people are also more motivated to do well in that exam. So not exam, but like the test. So maybe I know people are already very paranoid probably about exams because it's like the finals coming up. But yeah, I think that something like that maybe could. But I think already what you're doing is good. But if I were to do something more, maybe I would do this.
We actually finished our finals last week itself. So
So अभी तो break का time है.
हाँ, अभी break का time.
Nice.
And a personal question here: have you met this man in my background, and what was it like meeting him? I'm a huge fan of Anish.
Yeah, Anish is a great guy. I've spent some time with him on streams. I've talked with him on streams a lot, played some chess with him too. I've not really I've met him in the Olympiad, of course, but everyone was super focused and busy with their own teams, and everything was kind of very the atmosphere was very tense, so did not get a chance to talk with him. But yeah, a great guy.
Next, let's come to football from chess now. You played with Magnus once in, I guess, Qatar, if I'm not wrong itself.
Yeah, I actually played twice with him. I played in Qatar. I've also played with him in Isle of Man in 2018 or something. So yeah, this a lot of
Who are
fun.
you rooting for this World Cup?
No, that's such a tough question, actually. I love Messi like immensely. Like it's in like I am a huge fan of Messi, so because of him, I'll probably be rooting for Argentina. I want him to win a World Cup. But it's fun, like it's I love the atmosphere of watching these World Cups. Like before सुबह 4 बजे 5 बजे उठ के we used to all watch big matches. Friends को बुलाओ, घर वाले सब परेशान कि भाई क्या इधर सोने नहीं दे रहे. Or I mean that's the fun of World Cup. Like jokes apart, that's the fun part. So that's the thing which I'm more looking forward to from these matches.
आप स्ट्रीमिंग चैनल कब खोल रहे हो?
That has been in my to-do list, and so many people are telling me to do this. I really need to start it, but I'm just thinking what should my first video be, but I think I should just start somehow.
हर्षित, I had one question. Like, आप academics और chess साथ में कैसे manage करते हैं?
So मैंने हमेशा सोचा था कि it's important to also have a good education, because of course chess is a very important sport nowadays, but I thought कि it's very important, as I mean you guys are of course in one of the top institutions in India, but I thought that it's also very important to have some balance, to learn more about something other than just chess. So मुझे पहले से कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा सीखना था. I would still honestly have a profession in something related to chess, but it's still kind of nice to have knowledge about various subjects or various areas in life. So that was my first thing. And secondly, I love chess a lot. So chess हमेशा ऐसा कुछ difficult नहीं होता. रात को अभी it's almost 12 here. It's like 12:30 here. So it's like I am very open to talk about chess at any time of the day. So I think that it's not really hard for me to do chess. School on the other hand, very, very hard, but somehow I manage.
Okay, thank you.
In the audience, if anybody has any questions for Harshit, they can unmute or send us in the chat.
Hi, Harshit.
Hi.
So did you face any plateau during your career? Like, and how did you deal with it? So personally speaking, I am around 2300 or 2400 on leeches, and I feel kind of stuck. And how to break into the next level and become a stronger player?
Hi, first of all, no, that's a very nice question because I had I've faced with I've definitely faced this in my life. Once I became an international master when I was 15 or 16. Um, After that, becoming the next step was, of course, to become a grandmaster, and it was very hard. Like I was once, I'll tell you like two real-time stories. Once I was playing in South Korea in some Asian youth, and I was like third or fourth seed, and I lost the first game, second game, and like I was so disappointed. I, once called my parents and told them that this is too much. I don't want to play anymore. Like can be very hard, like because you work so hard, and then if things don't go, it's very hard to kind of make up. So that was once. The second time I was once playing in China, and my roommate was Swapnil Dhopade, also a grandmaster, and also very hard tournament for me. I was around 24 40 or 30 40 50, where I was just stuck, could not move on to 2500 for a lot of time, until very recently that I became a grandmaster, like to kind of get that final touch. What I did differently is change things other than just the chess part. I think it's very important sometimes, because chess may, everyone knows Nasdorf, everyone knows this, that, but it's very important to be psychologically fit in order to make the next step. If you, these two qualities, for example, confidence and belief, I think at least in my case took me to the next level. I could just close my eyes and tell my, and like picture the moment of me becoming a grandmaster and hugging my parents or something. Like if you attach some picture to your goal and to kind of make it more visual, I think basically what I'm trying to say is that sometimes it's not just the chess part. So sometimes it's different aspects, psychological, which I think chess is more than 50% psychological. So I personally got psychologically stronger, and then it translated into my chess. So hopefully that helps you too.
Yeah, thanks for the answer.
Yeah.
One person has actually asked in the chat what to do to think like a grandmaster.
Become a grandmaster. No, I don't. Just how to think like a grandmaster. I think a good idea would be to look at a lot of grandmaster games, to see a lot of grandmaster games, so that when you look at a lot of grandmaster games, then sometimes you can get grandmaster like ideas. Like for example, if let you guys are very, like, you might, some of you, many of you might be doing something in science, chemistry, physics, biology, whatever. So you guys are learning about all these laws, Newton laws, what all these laws. So when you look and you understand 100 of these laws, and you kind of understand what goes behind making these laws, and you understand the nuances of this, then it wouldn't be so difficult for you to make a new law, in my opinion. Like, okay, it cannot be something revolutionary, but it can be some small law in physics that you could find, which could have been founded before, but anyways, you could come across this conclusion. So just like that in chess, if you like look at 1,000 games, 10,000 games of chess grandmasters, you may come across ideas which maybe I've played before, but at least you would be able to understand and play like them. So I think that watching top player games and studying them is a great idea to improve.
I guess Michael Adams has written a book on this topic, right? How to think like a grandmaster.
I'm not aware of that, but there could be one.
Chess India videos. They only told this, not me. Okay, again in the audience, if anybody has any questions. I guess no one does, so that's it. Thank you, Harshit, for joining us. It was so much fun. We hope that we have more of this very often again.
Yeah.
And good
thanks.
night, by the way, because I guess it's late there.
No, thanks so much for joining, and you guys played with whom also I played Blitz. It was great fun, tough games.
Yeah.
And hopefully, my insights, and sometimes I joke around a lot, but still I hope that you guys can improve from this lecture, and if not, at least you had fun, and not a bad way to spend your Sunday morning.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye bye. Good night.
Well, guys, take care, and hopefully see you soon.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye. Okay, bye.